Former CIA Director Mike Pompeo breaks every rule of intelligence operational security with a single post on X. Happy New Year to every Iranian in the streets, also to every Mossad agent walking beside them. Former CIA directors never publicly confirm active operations, never. The first rule of covert action, you don't admit it exists. But Pompeo just did. Why? Because the confession itself is the operation. This is psychological warfare designed to create paranoia, mistrust, and chaos inside Iran. His full statement reveals the strategy. The Iranian regime is in trouble. Riots in dozens of cities and the Basij under siege. Mashhad, Tehran, Zahedan. Next stop, Baluchistan. 47 years of this regime. POTUS 47. Coincidence? Every word is calculated. Riots, not protests, framing language for violent crackdown. Basij under siege, Iran's paramilitary targeted, suggesting coordinated attacks. Next stop, Baluchistan, announcing the next operation before it starts. 47 years, POTUS 47, numerology signaling Trump will end the Iranian revolution. This came 24 hours after Trump's threat. If Iran shoots peaceful protesters, the United States will come to their rescue. We are locked and loaded, the same language before Venezuela. Maduro is now in handcuffs on the USS Iwo Jima. Iran is next. Senator Lindsey Graham amplified, a weakened Iran, a nation run by religious Nazis, is due to President Trump. It is time to make Iran great again. This is regime change language dressed as liberation. Days before Pompeo's confession, Mossad-linked accounts posted in Farsi, "The time has come. We are with you on the ground." These are verified Israeli intelligence communication channels. The messages were clear. Mossad agents are already in Iran, embedded in protests, organizing resistance. How did they get there? They never left. In June 2025, during Israel's 12-day war with Iran, Mossad operations inside Iran destroyed nuclear facilities, crippled ballistic missile programs, damaged air defense systems, killed dozens of top officials. The method? Years of infiltration, internal sabotage, smuggled drones, inside men. After the war ended, those networks stayed dormant until now. December 2025, reactivated, walking among protesters, providing intelligence to Washington and Tel Aviv, preparing the groundwork. Intelligence sources confirm Israel is running AI-generated disinformation campaigns, fake videos of Iranian forces attacking protesters, AI-manipulated images of regime atrocities, deepfake audio of officials ordering massacres. The goal, make peaceful protests appear violent, justify crackdowns, create international outrage, provide intervention pretext, the Syria playbook, the Libya playbook, create chaos, amplify with propaganda, frame as humanitarian crisis, intervene as savior, install puppet government, control resources. The timing is critical. Pompeo's confession came the exact day Netanyahu visited Trump at Mar-a-Lago. While Pompeo admits Mossad operations publicly, Netanyahu and Trump coordinate privately. While Delta Force captures Maduro, they plan Iran's strategy. This is synchronized regime change. Israel eliminates its biggest regional rival. America gains Iran's 157 billion barrels of oil, third largest reserves globally after Venezuela, 303 billion, and Saudi Arabia, 268 billion. Both weaken BRICS, isolate Russia and China. Even Trump supporters are confused. Laura Loomer reposted Pompeo. What? Kurt Mills, American Conservative magazine. Former Secretary of State openly rooting for foreign intelligence to get America into another war. Why admit active operations? 3 reasons. Psychological warfare. By confirming Mossad's presence, every protester becomes suspect to Iranian security. This triggers brutal crackdowns, creating more protests, justifying intervention, self-reinforcing cycle. Demoralization, message to Tehran. Your streets are infiltrated. Your security is compromised. You cannot stop us. Surrender or face Maduro's fate. Victory lap. When agencies openly admit operations, the operation is complete. Agents extracted, networks established. This isn't confession. It's announcement of mission success. The pattern is unmistakable. Venezuela, September 2025. Strike drug boats, 115 killed. November, cartel designated terrorist. December, naval blockade, tankers seized. January 3rd, Maduro captured. Trump, we run Venezuela. Iran, September 2025, economic protests begin. November, Trump threatens action. December, Mossad posts in Farsi, January 2nd to 3rd. Pompeo confirms agents. Trump, locked and loaded. Next, invasion. Iran sent urgent letter to UN condemning Trump's threats, warning it will defend itself. Supreme Leader Khamenei, We will not yield to the enemy, not negotiation language, war language. Iran is not Venezuela. Iran has 85 million people versus Venezuela's 28 million. Battle-hardened military with regional proxy forces, strategic alliances with Russia and China, control of Strait of Hormuz, 20% of world's oil. If Trump invades, oil spikes to $200 per barrel overnight. Global recession follows. Russia and China must respond. This isn't Venezuela 2.0, this is the fuse for World War III. House Speaker Mike Johnson calls Iran part of the new axis of evil with Russia and China. This isn't about democracy or human rights. This is about oil, regional dominance, and Israeli security. Iran has legitimate internal problems: corruption, economic mismanagement, authoritarian rule. Real Iranians have real grievances. But those organic protests are being hijacked, amplified, and weaponized by foreign intelligence to justify regime change. This is 21st century warfare. Use social media to amplify dissent. Send agents to organize demonstrations, use AI to create violent imagery, threaten intervention to save protesters, invade to restore democracy, install puppet government, control oil. Pompeo's confession reveals the operation's current phase. By publicly admitting Mossad presence, he's not exposing the operation, he's triggering the next phase. Iranian security forces now must treat every protester as potential foreign agent. Every arrest creates martyrs. Every crackdown creates more protests. Every violent response gives Trump justification to intervene. Intelligence analysts note Pompeo's statement violates every protocol unless the protocol violation is intentional. This is a message to multiple audiences, to Iranian protesters: foreign help is coming, keep protesting; to Iranian regime: you're infiltrated, resistance is futile; to US-Israeli hawks: the operation is greenlit; to Russia, China: stay out or face consequences; to American public: we're saving democracy, not starting another war. The Netanyahu factor cannot be ignored. Netanyahu has advocated war with Iran for 2 decades. He's shown maps at the UN. He's warned about nuclear threats. He's conducted covert sabotage operations. He's been waiting for a US president willing to finish the job. Trump is that president. In his first term, Trump withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal, assassinated General Soleimani, and implemented maximum pressure sanctions. Now, in his second term, with Venezuela already fallen, Iran is the prize. Consider what Trump gains: control of world's third-largest oil reserves, elimination of major BRICS member, weakening of Russia-China alliance, securing Israel's regional dominance, political victory. Made Iran great again. Consider what Netanyahu gains: elimination of existential threat, no rival in Middle East, free hand in Palestinian territories, regional superpower status, completion of 20-year strategic goal. The Venezuela operation was a test run. Delta Force proved it can conduct surgical strikes, capture heads of state, and face minimal resistance with inside help. The playbook works. Now scale it up. Iran is bigger, but the model is the same. Economic pressure, intelligence infiltration, psychological warfare, internal betrayal, military intervention. Iran knows what's coming. That's why Khamenei said, "We will not yield." That's why Iran requested emergency UN Security Council meeting. That's why Iranian foreign minister called Trump's threats reckless and dangerous. But here's the terrifying reality: Iran's options are limited. Fight back? That gives Trump casus belli for full invasion. Crack down on protests? Trump intervenes to save protesters. Negotiate? Trump already said no to Maduro's negotiation attempts. Do nothing? The protests intensify, Mossad networks expand, internal collapse accelerates. Iran is in a strategic trap. Every move plays into the regime change plan. This is why Pompeo could openly admit Mossad presence, because the operation has already succeeded. The agents are in place, the protests are organized, the AI propaganda is running, the military threats are issued. The only question remaining: timeline. If history is a guide, Libya: protests to NATO intervention took 2 months. Syria: protests to civil war took 6 months. Venezuela: pressure campaign to capture took 4 months. Iran started protests in September 2025. We're now in January 2026. 4 months. We are in the window. Trump is locked and loaded. Pompeo confirmed agents on the ground. Netanyahu is coordinating at Mar-a-Lago. The Venezuela operation proved the concept works. All conditions are met. The mainstream media will frame this as supporting democracy and standing with protesters. They'll show you images of brave Iranians demanding freedom. They'll interview experts explaining why intervention is necessary. They'll compare it to helping Venezuelans escape Maduro. They won't tell you about the Mossad agents organizing the protests. They won't show you the AI-generated fake videos. They won't explain that this is about 157 billion barrels of oil. They won't mention that Netanyahu has wanted this war for 20 years. They won't warn you that invading Iran could trigger World War III. That's why Pompeo said the quiet part out loud. Because he knows the mainstream narrative will cover the truth, because he knows most people won't connect Venezuela to Iran, because he knows the regime change machine is already unstoppable. The only question now, will Russia and China let Iran fall? If they do, BRICS collapses and US hegemony is restored. If they don't, we're looking at direct great power confrontation over Iranian oil fields. Either way, Pompeo's confession marks the beginning of the endgame. What do you think? Is this a legitimate liberation movement or a manufactured regime change operation? Can Iran survive the same playbook that took down Maduro? And what happens when Russia and China realize Iran is next after Venezuela? Let's discuss in the comments. Stay with the Static Dispatch for the truth behind the confession.